the amount of hate I get is completely absurding. Like, it's just completely unnecessary. Like, it's crazy the amount of hate that I get for little things like being with Soular, even though this is like the biggest thing that happened in my life. Like, but what I'm saying is, there are people who say like, I feel bad for Jenae. I feel bad for Zoca. I feel bad. 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 You feel bad for what? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about the situation. You feel sorry for someone who basically slept with a man who they technically wasn't supposed to sleep with, confided in me. At the same time, I told them the truth. I told them how I felt. They neglected that. Then they neglected the actual person that they were supposed to be with. Did a whole bunch of crazy stuff in the mix of it. Lost children, lost their dignity, lost their own sense of self. And people are mad at me because I chose love. These women completely neglected the love that came to them in the form of who and whatever it came to them in, and they neglected it.
It came to me. They neglected me.
The love came through many facets. This love that they got came from Soular. These women experience more, actually more than two women experience solar carbonation. I don't know if y'all do that, but these women had the opportunity. These women had the opportunity to be loved, and they neglected it. They neglected Soular. They went and they chose to be with someone who they watched abuse someone else. And people could very well might say, well, Velvet, didn't you do the same thing with Omac? No, me and Omac grew apart. See, that situation was totally different than the situation that Zoca and Soular was in. Totally different situation that Soular and Terry was in. Two totally different situations. Me and Omac parted ways. We decided, and then we came back together and understood more things about our situation and why the things went the way that it did. And we chose to stay away because we chose to grow past whatever it was that was there. So when it comes to the love of the situation, when it comes to the truth of the situation, these women are utterly hurt now that Soular and I have joined forces. Because that's when they realized that they had lost the love that they were given, that they had an opportunity to have. While I'm on the other end of the screen, online, offline, in my real life, day to day, men lying to me, saying that they want to marry me, saying that they want to have children with me, then completely neglecting me. Then the actual father of my first child abusing me online, humiliating me online, saying all of these things to other different women, calling me immature. I never got the opportunity of true love. Never did. I never got that opportunity. But you sit, and because I've been with this guy and that guy, and I am, coming into my own evolution of finding my twin flame, finding my soulmate, and you got a chance to watch that. You call me a whore, and you say that I'm fucked up because I'm with a person who I'm supposed to be with. That's not fair. I love you too. That's not fair. These women sat by my side, said that they loved my child, said that they would do anything to prove whatever love that it was that they had for me. And They didn't care. They didn't care about what I went through with Nature Boy. They didn't care about that. They didn't care about that. Those women didn't care about none of that. Those women did not care that I was hurting. I was hurting. And I still showed them mercy. I still showed them love. I shared my food. I shared my clothes. I shared my bed. I shared my home. I shared my gifts and my talents. I shared everything. Everything. I got called hateful. I got called selfish. I got called a devil. I got called all of these things. When every single one of these women had an opportunity of true love and I never got a chance. Now I have a chance. Karma's a bitch. Might want to be careful what you do to other people because that shit gonna come around and bite you in the ass. Period. Whether we look at the situation from one perspective or the other, we all have to take accountability and responsibility for the things that we did. There are so many details in the mix that we can't even talk about it. We can't even go into it because we would literally be going down a rabbit hole of bullshit that doesn't matter and that's not congruent to the actual message at hand. And if it took Soular to be with these women, if it took me to be with Nature Boy and got humiliated the way that we did in front of humanity, and all we gave was love and all we showed was love and showed mercy to these people to get the attention of our community, to say, wake up, to say, to apply divine knowledge yourself, whether Nature Boy is attached to it or not, it's the truth. To wake you up, to wake us up, to share this knowledge, to share how to eat alkaline and understand and discover the benefits of why we should be living a healthy lifestyle. What other way better to do it than this? You call it messy, but I say it's perfect. Everything is perfect. Without the drama, without the all of that stuff, I wouldn't even have your attention right now. There would be 25 people in my life right now if it wasn't for the fact that something so dramatic happened. I vowed to myself way before going to carbonation. I said, if I gotta suffer, if it hurts me, I will hurt for what I want to see come into fruition, for what I want to see the world to be. If I gotta suffer, I will. And that's what I did, bro. I suffered. I suffered. I suffered. I suffered. And I suffered. And I suffered. And you call me narcissistic when I suffered for us. I suffered for humanity. I got publicly humiliated and abused publicly. Do you know how many women are going through that? Do you know how many women are still in those kinds of situations? I did it. I am wasting water all over the place. That is emotion.
Mommy, you gotta be careful.
You're right. I suffer for humanity. I suffer for the women who don't have a voice. I suffer for the men who don't have a voice. I suffer for the children who don't have a voice. I suffer for individuals who cannot find a way out. And it all was blasted publicly. Everything that I went through, every ounce of what I went through, and I'm still suffering. My character is still demented and tarnished and slandered for humanity.
Mommy?
But I essentially, on some level, felt like I wasted so much time. By the time Soular got to me, I was over it. I was over love, relationship, twin flame. I was over that shit. I was over it. I was rejected so many times, and I watched women after woman after woman after woman be presented with love, and they just don't know what to do with it. They just throw it away, treat it like it ain't nothing. That's crazy to me. Like, that really is crazy to me. but it's worth it. It's worth it. And I hope that one day we'll all be able to collab. I hope one day that we'll all be able to set our differences aside and truly heal and truly get to the nitty gritty of what our purposes are so that we can live in truth rather than in a lie. That's what I want. I'd rather live like that. I'd rather do that. When Soular came to me, I know it was divine because it wasn't something that I was looking for. I wasn't looking for Soular. I wasn't looking to be in a relationship with Soular. That's honest. My mind wasn't there. And you can very well much say, oh, you're a liar. But that's for me, that's for you, me, and the Most High to, understand and come to terms with. Like, I'm not gonna defend that. But what I am gonna say is that he was a gift to me. And I had a choice. Either I was gonna not open that gift or open that gift and see what was in the box. It was so divine how everything played out. I said, hold up, let me open this box. I want to open this box. Because I prayed day after 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 year after year after year. And he was sitting in front of my face the whole time. We actually got the pleasure. It was a pleasure, honestly. It was a pleasure to watch him. Even though a lot of parts was sad, but it was truly an honor to watch you go through what you did, because now that I'm in a relationship with you, it gives me a whole different perspective of what love is, what a relationship is. We developed a friendship way before we developed into romantic or the intimate portion of our relationship. Who do you know? What couple do you know that had the opportunity to do that? Go through that. Something so seemingly traumatic. Like, we know each other's deepest, darkest.
For years.
You see?
Years.
They
don't know I was there from the beginning of me being there. They don't know I was there from you, from the very beginning. In the most sacred of ways when we revisited. It's making me cry right now.
Soular watched Eliana be born. He was there the entire pregnancy. Soular took care of me and Eliana. He was the reason why I was fed the way that I was. He was the reason why I got to the hospital the way that I did. If it wasn't for Soular.
She wouldn't have gotten medicine.
Soular was the reason why Eliana was able to get a breathing treatment when she was 2 weeks old, because she couldn't even breathe. And I kept telling her dad, something's wrong with my baby. Something is wrong with her. It was Soular who got us all the beautiful places we lived in. It was Soular. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that, all the innuendos and semantical bullshits about, like, all of the negative stuff people say about it. I'm saying that to say that Soular loved me from the very beginning. People might call that a trauma bond, but if me and Soular was living from a trauma bond, we would be completely at odds right now. We would be negative as hell towards each other. But none of that could exist because we're over that portion of our life, being negative, living in toxic and negative situations.
Trauma bond doesn't work. We have something that's way more genetic. Look at my mother, my sister, and you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that connection. You automatically are accepted into my family. You look like that.
It gets deep.
You fulfill all of the curses. You heal the curses in my family lineage. And I have the potential to do the same for yours. And I'm doing it now. These girls were going to be alone with just you. And that's how these motherfuckers would like it to be. They would love it. They would love it if it was just you single, struggling, alone. with some random dude picking up Eliana, some random dude holding these children, some random dude piping. That's what they'd rather have. Instead of the man who actually has all of the knowledge and more of this false prophet. The guy who the false prophet learned from. The guy who took care of the false prophet at his worst. The guy who took care of his children, his wives, his family, himself, his sanity. You guys got me fucked up. You need to reevaluate what's valuable in your life.
And quite honestly, they got me fucked up too. Cause every time something went down, literally, every time something went down, every time something happened, me and Soular came together as a joining force to make sure that everyone was okay. No one appreciated it. No one. No one appreciated that. No one appreciated that. Nobody. They shitted on me and Soular, and you wonder why we together.
Mommy and daddy at carbonation.
Literally.
Yep, mommy and daddy at carbonation. How y'all surprised?
Is it real?
This is very real.
It's real.
This is very real. Very real. It's very real. And honestly, I'm not into allowing, like I said earlier, I'm not into allowing other people's fear to rule my life and the decisions that I make about my life. I've gotten more than enough signs.
Family's important. Yeah.
I am 25 years old. I deserve a husband. I deserve a father for my children. I deserve a provider. I deserve a protector. I don't deserve to do this alone. I don't. Whether you look at me as a whore, whether you look at me as a succubus, a Jezebel, whatever it is that you look at me, I don't care. I deserve. Eliana deserves. She's deserving. This child is deserving.
The universe legally prepared her and put me on her birth certificate. The universe literally prepared me and gave me carbonation ownership. The universe has literally allowed us to continue to teach and live in the knowledge with the children and the family.
The only reason why I don't like her on live, you guys, is because I want to protect her. So if you see me, you know, not really bringing her in the camera, it's just because
I'll protect her.
Eliana can't even believe it. You know how long Eliana's been asking me for a dad. You know what I have to tell my child? Let's pray. Let's pray about it. Let's pray about it. She's in disbelief right now. Is this real? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have a family now, baby.
I've always protected you. I've always been with you. I've always loved you.
We have a family. Eliana wants a family.
She's hugging my head.
Eliana wants the full thing. And that's okay. That's okay for her to want that. That's natural for her to want that. Literally. Literally. And if I'm presented with a divine situation, why would I not take the gift that was sent to me? Like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, my life has been upgraded and amplified 1,000 times since Soular has come into my life. Absolutely the perfect person that I need. The person that I need, whether it's romantic or platonic. I need him in both ways. I need him to be my friend. I need him to be my best friend. I need him to be my confidant so that I can come to him and talk to him about things that I need to do on an everyday basis of life. I need a companion. I need it. But you want me to just sit here and be just by myself and depressed. I've done enough work in myself in order to join forces with another human to accomplish bigger goals than what I can accomplish alone. Soular, you asked if he's healed. Soular has, let me tell you about the chief of carbonation. Let me tell you, in order to deal with Leo ass, in order to deal with that man, you have to be growing in order to deal with him in so many ways. And quite honestly, you guys, it was Eliana that tore me. You know what I'm saying? That tore me out of the situation because I was not going to allow Eliana to continue to go through that. But this man has developed himself in so many ways. I watched him in the situation with Terry, and I had the scoop behind the scenes, and y'all don't even know that I had the scoop behind the scenes. I know exactly what happened.
Oh, we got some scoop.
Hey, listen to this. I know exactly what happened between him and Zoca too, baby. Y'all think this a game? Y'all think that we just doing this for shits and giggles?
You're
y'all
perfect
think we
for me. You're perfect for me. You're perfect for me.
I watched it all go down. I watched it all go down. It all went down. But I'm not going to keep y'all for too much longer. I just want to let y'all know that we're going to be steadfasting on the knowledge. We're going to be shedding light also onto the darkness that has impeded our world and our reality, that has tried to infiltrate and distort the greatest thing that could have ever been on the planet for our people, for ourselves, for our families, for the melanated family. We are here for restoration. We are here for redemption, and we will rejoice. Until next time. I love myself. You want some? All right, y'all. Until next time.